I've seen much of the questions. People have just talked about much of the questions here. Talking about, oh, Gintu, you are running. Oh, are you being followed with the police? Oh, that's the Mickey Mouse and the crackatoos of the day. Those are just the people who are just always bringing some shenanigans here. They're just called demagogues. Can just call them demagogues and quacks in terms of making sure that they're going to be spinning whatever is not being spun here. Much of the people think about, oh, Gintu, are you running from the village? Oh, what is just, oh, much of the police going to be coming. I'm not interested. I'm not perpetrated with much of the people like the police. I just see people like me. Why can I just be intimidated? I talked about things like shenanigans, things like hula balloos, things like small things, minute organisms. Talking about they're going to be coming for Gintu. Gintu is the real G.
That 𝐷𝐿 is not in a good position. 𝐷𝐿 have been arrested. He is in the custody right now. The way we are just talking, 𝐷𝐿 is in the custody.
It's MORAA, the truth teller. MORAA, MORAA, the one and only truth teller.
Hi guys, from whichever part of the world that you're at. I hope that you're all doing great. Now, I have seen a video by the Nyani, and he is talking about it's _Gintu has been arrested. He has diarrheaed words left, right, and center. You know, the first thing this guy has the audacity to say is people should come out and help Gintu. You know, guys, I find this funny, even though I'm not laughing, that people will do things deliberately because they know there are people who are going to bail them out. You know, I will just, come here and do something intentionally, chest stamp here and there. And then when something happens, people will come out to say, let's help MORAA, this, that, and the other. I mean, I find that absurd. Because people should be helped, in issues or cases, if something happens by accident, something that somebody did without knowing, accidentally and stuff like that. Something that wasn't done on purpose. That is what I mean. That kind of thing, even if somebody comes out to say, let's, pool our resources together to help this particular person, let's get him out or get her out of the cells, that makes sense. But now, people will come and do something intentionally, chest stamp, insult, and say nothing can happen to me. I'm the real G, this, that, my brother is this, my auntie is so and so, my grandmother was that. All this nonsense that they keep showing us on the streets. Before we talk about that issue of, Gintu being arrested or not, because even the Nyani looks confused, let us first delve into Gintu's video. Gintu had done a video earlier on. And he was talking about the Nyani and Mogesi being involved in an accident. Apparently, they were involved in an accident, and Mogesi, this will be his second time, having an accident in such a short time. So Gintu called them. Gintu spoke with Mogesi, and then he spoke with the Nyani. And in both phone calls, this guy was hell-bent on saying that this particular family, you guys know which family I'm referring to, Congrats Mom's family, is the one that is involved in this whole thing. And in those two phone calls, he is talking about it is, MORAA who is involved, because MORAA said that all the money that you are, you are making from YouTube doing these negative videos, you're going to spend this money in the hospitals or, for accidents and stuff like that. Diseases, blah, blah, blah. Of course, MORAA said those things. And, when he says these things, he says them out of anger. When they have pushed him to the wall. Any human being can talk. Words are powerful, and people should just realize that. Even this thing of people saying, one day they shall see, one day it will happen to them, even them they shall see. Those are not good words. And it's not one person who's saying it, it's like a whole multitude of people. And if indeed you are on the wrong, that is the point. If you are on the wrong, if you are clean, then you're clean. It's okay. So guys, Gintu spoke a lot. And one thing he said, guys, hey, this thing of herbs, that these people use herbs, to do these things. Actually, this herbs thing is witchcraft. Guys, hey, remember, I did a reaction when I was talking about, Gintu's dogs getting lost. I said that, Gintu is talking about people use herbs to lure the dogs from their homes and stuff like that. And I was like, how is it possible? Because how is it that only the male dogs, ate the herbs and so were lured to wherever it is that they went to? How come the female dogs did not partake? I actually was thinking it's herbs, like herbs for real. But I was thinking, of course, it is herbs, maybe laced with something. But I really didn't think it was like actual witchcraft, he's talking about. So he's saying that this whole thing that happened to the Nyani and Mogesi is actually witchcraft from this family. And of course, when he says this family, you all know what family he is referring to. So these are the kind of things we're saying, guys. You cannot talk something that you're really not sure about. Right now, in Gintu's heart of hearts, is he sure of what he's saying? Does he know for sure that these people are practicing this witchcraft? But he's out here saying it. If somebody comes and retaliates and says, you know what, you are going to eat your words. Now, it'll be again they're witches, they're cursing them, they're this, they're that. Yeah, people speak. People have to talk. People get angered. People have to express themselves. And this video that Gintu did, he said he was in Nairobi. Apparently, he had gone to wherever he'd gone to. I don't know if it's Nairobi or whichever place that he was at. And it seems that he went back to the village to be arrested, like the Nyani is saying. Well, at first I was like, maybe this Nyani is looking for attention. Maybe he is looking for money because he's out there telling people, that they should, help Gintu. And of course, help means money, So at first I was thinking, maybe this Nyani, he's confused. And plus somebody said he does drugs allegedly. So I was thinking maybe this guy does not know what he's talking about. So I waited because I was waiting for Gintu to come out to the video to say, who is arrested? I cannot be arrested. I'm above the law. You know how he talks now. Chest stamping, when he's in the bush. So I was expecting Gintu to do a video like that. But hours later, Gintu has done no video. So I've started to believe this thing, that he's actually arrested. And the Nyani said it's his sister who called him to tell him that, what? The worst has just happened. Guys, personally, I feel like, these cops are going to take him on because of fighting cops. That is the main thing, guys. Hey, even the other charges of trespassing and what are not going to be as bad. But the fact that he actually, beat up a cop until the cop coughed out his teeth. Guys, he left a cop bleeding. And then on top of that, he came and did a video talking about, they took me down, but I took them down. They cannot handle me. They should know who they're dealing with. Next time they come to my place, they should know who I am. And the funny thing, guys, it is better if you hear that somebody said something about you, you just heard from the grapevine. But now you are actually seeing an actual video. Just imagine those cops watching that video where he's saying, they don't know who they're dealing with. Do they know me? My brother is this. I deal with lawyers. Do they know who my sister is? Guess what, guys? Guess what? I think this guy, I've been saying this guy is, I don't know. There are those people who are just dumb. You know, even if you're fighting battles, sometimes you have to keep quiet and work behind the scenes. Just like I normally say, you know, when even when Trenchtown Grandpa came and gave out, you know, whatever letters, blah, 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 and then people are coming out, some of them came out to insult the lawyers like carrots. You know, came out to insult the lawyers, talk about you should know who you're dealing with. I know who you know, name dropping, doing all these things. Guys, sometimes this is just my opinion. You know, in my opinion, I would, you know, be quiet about it. You know, I'll be working behind the scenes. Chini ya maji. I cannot come out here and start talking, hey, blah, blah. People, first of all, guys, people will start knowing your strategy. People will start knowing how you think about the issue. People will know what you're planning. People will, you know, and you are talking to your enemies. You're talking to the people, you know, who are your opponents, people on the other side, people who want to take you down. And you're coming out here to talk so much. But you know why they do that? Is because they want to show their audience that, you know, they're all that. Carrots, of course, she normally wants to show her audience that she's above the law. She's such a powerful woman in Kenya. And you know, some of the audience believe her. Hey, imagine, guys, Kenyans in the house. Hey, Mama Yao. Hey, now who is this woman? You know, I've been wanting to really know who she is. You know, hey. And people actually believe her. Hey. Me sometimes I look at people and I just wonder. You know, anybody will just come out here and start lying to you. Hey, like you don't have a brain. Gosh. Now imagine somebody believing that Gintu is above the law. And by the way, I have seen in Mayani's comment section, people are actually coming out to say, oh, give us the number of that police station. Give us the number of the DCI. Give us that number. Guys, are you going to be in America and wanting to direct the Kenyan police? You're going to be in the UK calling the DCI, you know, in Kenyan border. Okay, fine. Maybe you can do that. If the case is about, you know, trespass, you know, these small things, you know, maybe you can do that. But guys, believe me, if the case is about him assaulting the cop, hey, that one you can do phone calls even from the moon. I'm telling you for a fact. That one you can call from the sun, from Jupiter, hey, Pluto, Mars, and nothing will happen. Hey, that you're calling from America now. Now you think that, you know, because they're saying +2, 1, what? I don't. Hey, guys, don't amuse me. Do not amuse me. Now you think that will scare the cops, scare the DCI, you know, they will drop the case. You know, guys, the thing is, the notion that these people always have is that, you know, this family has bribed the police. You get? So it's always about that bribery thing. So they feel like they can work around it. But the funny thing is this, guys, why don't they ever see the mistakes that these people are making? How can you call a police station to, say, for instance, demand for them to let somebody go, you know, somebody who's actually committed a crime? How? How do you do that? Well, Mayani said they don't know what the charges are. So personally, I know that depending on the charges, that is what will determine, the way forward. Whether he is going to be let out or whether he's going to be taken to court, it will all depend. Guys, remember the other day, Prince Odinga said that even that organization were actually gathering evidence against him because they were not happy of how he accused them of sabotaging Githeriba's case. He accused them of receiving bribes and messing up the whole case. Remember, he has a case against David Jr. Dee Mwango had said that she is coming after everybody who is insulting her mother. And this guy has been constantly insulting Dee and her mother. Remember, Marwa is also not happy with this guy. Remember, Trenchtown Grandpa had also started some sort of case. I don't know where it went or how it's going, against this one. So how can we even know where the arrest has come from? To top it up, the guy assaulted a cop. And as if that was not enough, he did a video to insult them. Not one video, not two videos, a couple of videos. He has been trashing the cops every other day. So tell me, guys, we cannot even know where this arrest is coming from. And like I said, if it is about assaulting the cop, I think that one is going to be something else. It's going to be something else, guys. People have been talking to Gintu. People have been telling him, why not just lay low? Sometimes it is good to pretend to be stupid. Just pretend to be foolish and, do the right thing and, move on with your life. Living like a fugitive, always looking over your shoulder. Talking about arrests every single video. Ain't that hectic, guys? Hey, that's too much for one person. But he chose that life. This guy had stopped reactions. And guys, it's not even about stopping reaction. Somebody can just react. But this whole thing of insulting these people is what I've never understood. Just this morning, a couple of hours before he was arrested, he was doing a video trashing Marwa and his family. All because Mogesi and the Nyani got an accident. So how are those two related, guys? So now, anything that happens, even acts of nature, they are going to blame this family. That is a problem, People just, the hatred is too much, the jealousy. And I normally say this, guys, I don't care what these people did. As long as they haven't unalived people, or such kind of things, I don't care what they have done. I think the wrath that is meted against them is too much. It's beyond. And guys, you can imagine it is not done by one person. It is done by a gang of people. So tell me, guys, why won't even God not fight for these people? Even God will say enough is enough. Even these ones are my children just as much as you are my children. You guys are too much. You cannot keep attacking a particular family day in, day out. Even God himself must intervene. And someone said that when God wants to punish you, he first makes you go crazy. Guys, just imagine. You're being sought by cops. You're insulting them. You're doing videos insulting them. You are chest stamping. You're insulting lawyers. You're insulting mothers. you're insulting their daughters, you are doing all these shenanigans. Tell me if that is not madness. You're even insulting organizations, fighting cops, trashing them. Tell me if that is not madness. Tell me if that is not, like your mind has been held somewhere, like you can't think straight. Because this guy had multiple chances to save himself. But clearly, he was forcing himself deeper and deeper into a pit. It's like he was digging it. And, each time, something happens, he digs it even deeper, and goes further down. Isn't that craziness, guys? You all have been writing in the comment section. This, Gintu that. In fact, he even started calling himself Gintu A, Gintu B, Gintu. Guys, people have come close to him. A father has gone to his father to have father-to-father talk about this son. People have tried. Even his fellow lazy gang at some point started to trash him, talking about this guy is lying. Everybody has started to know this guy, but yet he just couldn't stop. What a shame, guys. He has been running away from the cops. He has been trying as much as possible not to be around any cop station. But now, he is spending the night free of charge. Free food at the cop station. Guys, what do you think the charges are? Because there's so many. There's so many people seeking for this person. Oh my goodness. I personally think it's the issue of the cops. The assault. Even if this person goes and says, I'm sorry, who would believe him, for instance? Because clearly, he has done videos mocking, attacking, ridiculing these cops. Even if it is the case of him and other people, other content creators, for instance. Even if he says sorry, who will believe this guy? Because he has been doing something and then people just let it go. And then he continuously attacks, mocks, ridicules. He continues there, doing it over and over again. Remember the issue of Nasto's dogs. He was quick to come and talk stuff out here. And I remember saying, Nasto, you should make good your threat. Take this guy so he can explain how he knows, where your dogs are. Let him go and explain himself to the cop station. A guy who just wants to attack, badmouth everyone. A guy who thinks he is the master of the village. A guy who thinks he is the master of the village just because he's got a big mouth. And he can talk like a chatterbox. Hey, guys, today is today. One thing I always ask myself, is that this audience, just how Gintu and crew are thinking that this whole thing is a game, and is a joke, is exactly how the audience are taking it. Like somebody will just be arrested, be taken to the cop station, be bailed out, 20, 10,000, 5,000, and they're going to pay. But this time around, the way I'm hearing things in the grapevine is that everybody is taking this thing to court. Marwa included. You know, guys, there's one thing that I've always thought about. The issue of, how these subscribers, I think they feel like this whole thing is a joke. Just like the way Carrots and the rest, chest thump. So they have made their subscribers think that this whole thing, going on is a big joke. But word has it from the grapevine that actually people are being taken to court. Not just by Marwa, but by other people as well. So the issue is, they should now start paying for good lawyers for these people. Because the way I'm hearing things, it's not going to be stopping at the police station. It's going to be going further. When you lie every time and chest thump and do all these things, you give people some sort of, picture about you that is not true. So now when you really need that help, they will start to wonder, how is it you need this particular help? And yet, you are above the law. You are powerful. You know what to do. You know how to play your cards. How is it then you're being cornered? So I feel like this chest thumping of theirs will actually be their undoing. Because now, with the chest thumping, with the insulting, with all that, it has done more damage, to the whole situation. Take, for example, Gintu's case. Even Carrots, if you ask me. Hey, guys. Sometimes it's even better to keep quiet and minimize the charges, other than just going on and on and on and on about things that you really cannot do. I don't know what you think, guys, about this situation. I don't know what you think about this video. Drop your thoughts, opinions. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're here and you have not subscribed to this channel, take this moment to hit the subscribe button and join this amazing family. If you have not liked this video, why haven't you done so already? Please give this video a massive thumbs up. For those who are newly subscribed, I want to say thank you, guys. Welcome. And to my returning subscribers, you guys already know you are the best of the best. If you are here and you're wondering what this channel is all about, this is a reaction channel where we analyze, we criticize, and we react on videos that have been put out on the YouTube space. If you like that kind of content, and if you have enjoyed this video of today, please join us as well by clicking on the subscribe button. Let us meet in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.